this debate, and I linked two up live, and some of them broadcasting it in Yoruba language. Clear rules and guidelines have been set for the debate, and each candidate is not only aware of these rules, but also has agreed to them. This 2-hour debate is divided into segments, focusing on security, governance, human capital development, and the economy. Before we dive into the debate, let's hear a message from our partner. And here is a message from the convener of the Civil Society Situation Room, Dr. YZ Yao.
Good evening, viewers. I'd like to, on behalf of the Situation Room, our partners, welcome all of us to this very important event. I would particularly thank our partners, the FCDO, for supporting this program, the channels television for partnering with us to bring this program live for you, and for the candidates who have agreed to be part of this event. For without them, we will not be here, as it had happened in the last governorship election in Ondo State. Having said this, however, I'd like to say that the situation is not about opting in or opting out by the candidates. This is a commitment to the increasing sophistication of our political culture, and that this is what we are hoping that would continue to be deepened and developed further. The debate provides an opportunity for political candidates to market these ideas, to provide this manifesto, and to engage with the electorates. Now, 25 years after our return to civilian rule, our political culture has shown resilience and increasing sophistication. Voters are no longer voting on the basis of legacy claims or on the basis of brand name of political parties, or even on the currency of personalities. They are voting on the potentials of transforming their own lives and that of their children. For us as civil society organization, we also have one important take out of this. It allows us an opportunity to audit the claims, the promises, the campaign promises of candidates, and be able to keep it in a way that we can track them when they win election. On this basis, I would like to welcome you once again and to wish us a very productive and enlightening dialogue with the candidates that are contesting for governorship elections in Ondo State. Thank you very much.
That's a clear message from Dr. YZ Yao, the convener of the Civil Society Election Situation Room. Thank you so much for that message. But to be clear, none of the candidates we're engaging tonight are aware, or their political parties are aware of or seeing any of the question we'll be asking them tonight. Our audience in the auditorium have agreed to remain silent. No cheers, no jeers, or other kind of interruptions. This way we would be able to respectfully create an environment where all can focus on what the candidates have to say. The exception to that rule is now when I will be introducing the candidates that will be mounting the podiums tonight. And the candidates will be lining in alphabetical order by their party acronyms, beginning with the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, and the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Mr. Agbola Ajayi. Thank you very much. Well, this debate is streaming on all our online platforms. You can join the conversation on social media as well. You can use the media social media hashtags, hashtag Ondo Debate 2024. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Your Excellency, Governor Ayedatua, and Your Excellency, Deputy Governor Agbola Ajayi. Thank you so much indeed for your time. Well, we will, as the rules have stated, which we communicated with you earlier, the questions are their time for both of you. You have 2 minutes to tackle the questions. You have 1 minute each to respond to rebuttals or to any kind of response you wish to give to one another. Until we will be moving from security to economy and every aspect of life, crucial areas for the people of Ondo State. But we'll begin with the opening statement. And of course, I will begin in alphabetical order based on party acronyms with the candidate of the APC, Mr. Lucky Ayedatua. You have 2 minutes to let the people of Ondo State know why they should be voting for you and why you think that you are the best man for the job.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers, and more particularly the people of Ondo State. My name is Lucky Ayedatua, the governor of Ondo State. Born about 59 years ago, the oil-rich community of Benla in Laje local government area of Ondo State. Had my primary education in Esedo local government area. And I started my education career at Methodist Primary School, Kiribo. From there, secondary primary school, Sabome. Again, I also attended university. I have a university education, Ibadan University, where I studied law. And I also attended the Nigeria Law School, where I came out in 2022. I started politics at a tender age. In 1992, I was a ward chairman under SDP. As a matter of fact, I was one of those who went for the conversion of the late M.K. Abiola in Jos. But that something years ago, later I became Surabase Councillor. I later became chairman, Cadre Committee. I later became elected council chairman. I later became member House of Rep. Of course, I became a deputy governor of the state. So I have experience and I'm determined to rule the state. With a hope, and I'm going to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We'll begin the security area, and I'll begin with you, Governor Ayedatua. So the sad story of our attack on that church might still be lingering on the minds of so many people in that community and the Ondo State people. The question will be, are the people of Ondo State, 4 years after they voted your political party, better off? Do they feel more secure with your party and you in the saddle in terms of security?
Thank you, Sean. I can tell you that the people of Ondo State, not just our local government people, they feel more secure right now because after that attack, even before the attack, security is primary mandate of any government is the security and the well-being of the people. And don't forget that we also bring up initiative that led to the creation of our homegrown security network called Amotekun, because we believe that the conventional security outfit at the time could not, by themselves alone, handle the kind of security challenges we were facing in those states. And that led to the creation of Amotekun. And since then, we have been working tirelessly to ensure that our people are safe. But after the attack, we have to restructure. Went back to the drawing board to restructure security architecture to ensure that such incident will never happen in those states. And since then, we have never experienced such. So I want to tell you that as of today, Ondo State is being regarded as one of the safest and peaceful states in Nigeria.
Your Excellency, Agbola Ajayi.
And that's the major reason why. Okay, let me come to your question now. The major reason why I said, okay, when I'm governor of Ondo State, yes, he's a governor of Ondo State now, with due respect to him, but he was not part of those of us that actually established Amotekun. I was a deputy governor. As a matter of fact, I was actually encourage and lobby the lawyers into law, and we have a target, and we just have to strengthen it. My plan is, once I'm governor, I'm going to strengthen the existing Amotekun by creating a unit that will be called Forest Guard, where we'll be equipped with a gadget modern gadget that if anything happens, within the next 3 minutes, it will be known to everywhere. And as a matter of fact, our farmers can go to a farm and farm freely.
You have a minute to do that.
Yes, sir. Please, just point of correction. I left office as a deputy governor February 2021. I'm talking about an incident that happened just a month ago at Oka. Another one that's happened at Ikaram 2 months ago. Another happened that happened in the battle here. Maybe the God does not really on that. You should have a way of checkmate and know what is happening around there. People are dying innocently. Farmers are killed. They can't go to a farm. Nobody can travel freely. So it cannot. It wasn't as if, you see, we should not play politics with security. Without security, nothing can be done. That is why I'm surprised when people are talking about investors who want to come to Ondo State to be killed. So it's not about, it is not when I was deputy governor. It's happened right away when my brother is collecting 1.2 billion naira security vote and nothing to show for it as security. So you must understand and please know what to do about security as a governor of a state.
There permanently discovered that is the area where they have incursion into the state. But in the metropolis, everybody go about their businesses. Investors are coming in. We are going to host a global entrepreneur festival in this November. If Ondo State is not safe, they will not come. They have done their research, they have done their background check, and they know Ondo State.
All right. I mean, you've not talked about the strategy to address some of these issues, the incursion that you talked about.
I just mentioned that I will set up another department of Amotekun called Amotekun Rangers that will build a camp, like a barrack as it were, at those
timid youth we have. So we should address that aspect in terms of infrastructure, providing job, establishing an industry that will engage and keep everybody busy. So if everybody is busy, the issue of security will be reduced. The amount of spending money on 1.2 billion on security vote will not arise. And let me say something. My brother just said that, the governor just said that he wants to establish Amotekun Rangers. I've said it. We don't need to play politics with security. I've said it severally. I'm his friend. We are brothers. I would have just availed him. So because what is important is the security of life and property of Ondo State. He is a governor. I also want to be governor of Ondo State. We should be interested in the lives and property of Ondo State. So I'm willing to offer him
people when they are not even ready, when they don't even know that some people are coming after them. Those are normal crimes in any society that you cannot run away from. But we are talking about security threats, so which he has not addressed.
All right, I like you to. Okay, you will go because also there's an important aspect of this conversation that I would like you both to address, and perhaps maybe that will give you the opportunity to come in. Let me ask you specifically. So go ahead, sir.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm happy the governor also agreed that some of these people were killed recently, not many years ago, not when I was deputy governor. Somebody was killed. What I don't understand what you mean by how do you differentiate crime? Okay, has anybody been arrested?
Because it's locally based, they can track every crime to its root. Now, when Amotekun was set up, and when we were employing the personnel, we picked them from their various local government areas where they come from because they know the terrain of the area. And if we have that as our state police, the structure is there, we just transform from an Amotekun corps into police, state police. Now, in terms of transparency, you can check the records. The Amotekun corps are being used, they are doing their professional work without interference.
Destroyed by the incumbent governor. I was reading from this, I'm sure you can, I'm happy he's even saying that they are not going to use Amotekun to conduct the election. Governor Keredolu never did that, and we are not going to allow that to happen in this state. The masses will resist, everybody, and I'm sure even the commandant of Amotekun himself is a civilized man. He will not allow it to be used. But let me come to the framework. Like I said, every government edit at the state level would need to be reviewed time to time in line with the existing order and the code. I am going to strengthen equipment. As a matter of fact, I can assure you that they will curably compete with any security outfit and we will make it, and allow, there must be a legal framework that we make it to work, and we will follow that with the letter, sir.
We're due for a break, but before we do that, Governor Yedatua, there was an issue raised by Mr. Agbola Ajayi about a 1.2 billion naira on security votes. Would you like to address that matter?
There is nothing
Just a minute.
There is nothing like that. I don't know where he got his figures from. I have never drawn a security vote up to 1.2 billion. Where? How? It's not true. It's all political lies. Are you the Accountant General of the state? Are you the Commissioner for Finance? Where did you get your information from? Are you part of the government? You can't just play politics by coming here to tell lies to the whole public, to the whole world, that somebody is drawing 1.2 billion as security vote. That is a lie from the pit of hell. It's not true.
Do you like to expatiate on what is being given as security votes and how it's being used?
That is a security matter that should not be discussed on this platform.
Mr. Agbola Ajayi,
Whatever any money the governor is spending, it's not his personal money. It's Ondo State money. If I were him, Agbola Ajayi accused me of 1.2 billion. It's a lie. My security vote in a month is 2
where did you get 1.2 billion from?
That is the money he spent.
Where did you get the figure from?
I've got from, it's a public fund, it's a public document. The security agencies, because I was also I was a deputy governor of this state. Please know that very well. Security vote is not to be changed as a borrow the change and go and keep somewhere. It's to be changed, it's to be spent on security and make life property saving on those states. So if I were here, I was okay, my security vote is not 1.2 billion, I said Agbola Ajayi, but it's 2 naira. He should be able to say this. It's a public fund. It's not his money. It's on the fund. But I know what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, the month of let me say something. Let me quickly correct the governor. I never sponsored any attack. It's my brother, it's a friend, and I am a very bold. I will say it. I've just said it here. If I were him, Agbola Ajayi just accused me of 1.something billion naira. It's a lie. My security vote in a month is 2 naira. It's a public fund. It's not local that it was money. It's Ondo State fund. Right? Do you understand, sir? So, and again, let me also correct something. I never sponsored any attack on him. For what? Did I know him? It's my, I know him very well. We know ourselves very well. So I won't reduce myself to the level of black. It's not even my character. Everybody in this state know that I'm a very decent politician.
All right. We're due for a break, gentlemen. We got a break, but when we return, our attention...
The Ondo State Governorship Debate 2024, with some of the leading candidates on one stage, debating the issues that matter. It's about plans, performance, and possibilities. The voters will be the judge. If they want the vote, they should tell the people how they would govern. Watch the Ondo State Governorship Debate.
Yesterday food me gboro titi. Òkè ńlá ẹ̀kọ́ àlejò afẹ́fẹ́ o. Gbogbo ìyálọ́mọ aládìámọ tòótọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ àmójúbà iléeṣẹ́ alálùbáríkà Ezedok Pap Plus Flour láti iléeṣẹ́ Ezedok Food oúnjẹ aṣaralóore fáwọn ọmọ wẹ́wẹ́. Ezedok Pap Plus Flour ní ẹ máa fọ́mọ yín fún ìdàgbàsókè oúnjẹ tó láwọn èròjà bíi ọkà bàbà, jéró, soya beans pẹ̀lú edé nínú. Èyí nìkan kọ́ o. Ezedok Pap Plus Flour tún ní vitamin A, B1, B2, B3 àti B12, calcium, iron àti zinc. Èyí tó máa mú kọ́mọ yín ta kébé. Oúnjẹ ọmọdé tí ò nílò mílìkì mọ́ torí pé soya milk tí ń sara lóore ti sodo sínú Ezedok Pap Plus Flour. Atúní ògì bàbà àtògì àgbàdo nílé iṣẹ́ wa. Ẹ̀ẹ́dà girigiri wá sí Ezedok Limited tó wà ní block FF Ondo Industrial Park tí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ sí ọjọ́ ìyárùgbìlẹ̀m Ilé-Ìṣòwò Expressway Àkúrẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ondo. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 08037580726. A tún fẹ́ àwọn alágbàtà káàkiri ilẹ̀ yìí. Ezedok Food ọ̀kan ṣoṣo àjànàkú tí mi gbó kìjì.
This is to inform public servants in Ondo State that the year 2024 Public Service Week will hold from Thursday 31st October to Monday 4th of November 2024 with the following activities. On Thursday 31st October, there will be a press conference at the Coco Conference Hall, Governor's Office, Alagbaka, Akure at 10 a.m. All accounting officers are enjoined to attend. On Friday 1st November 2024, the Public Service Walk will take off at 7 a.m. at Adegbemile Cultural Center, Alagbaka, Akure. All public servants are to to participate. On Sunday, 3rd November 2024, Thanksgiving service will hold at the Chapel of Grace, Government House, Alabaka by 9 a.m. All accounting officers are expected to attend. On Monday, 4th of November 2024, a public lecture with the theme Creating and Managing a Future-Ready Public Service, a Pathway to Sustainable Development will be delivered by a seasoned administrator and retired permanent secretary Chris Kolaole, PhD, MPOM, under the chairmanship of Mr. Kaode Ajulo, SAN, Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. Special guest of honor is Mr. Governor, His Excellency Honorable Lucky Orimiso Ayedatiwa. Chief host Bayo Philip, Head of Service, Ondo State. Time is 10 a.m. and all public servants are to attend punctually. This announcement serves as invitation to all public servants in the state, please. Mr. Femi Aladinola, Chairman Planning Committee, Mr. Femi Ayodele, Permanent Secretary, Service Matters Department, announcers.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi nípìnlẹ̀ Ondo ẹ kú ìrọ́jú ẹ kú ọmọ ṣe àsìkò tí wọ́n tó wà yìí láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn amúnisìn tí wọ́n ń pera wọn ní àtúnṣe bí ìrókò bá gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ gígé la ó ge tó bá kọ̀ lógì a ó fọ́ ní kọ̀rọ̀ nínú ìbò tó ń bọ̀ yìí àtúndílé àti àlejò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ẹ jẹ́ ká dìbò wa ní wìtìwìtì fún ẹni tó ní ìfẹ́ ará ìlú lọ́kàn tó ṣetán láti gbà wá lọ́wọ́ àwọn ikú agíríjẹ fẹ́yìntì wọ̀nyí afúnilóko ìdí ọ̀pẹ́rọ tí kì í fẹ́ kẹ́ni ó jẹ kó yó dìbò rẹ fún Ọ̀tún Babámidélé Akíngbóyè tẹ́ sójú ẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́sìn funfun is tested, trusted, reliable and dependable kò mà ní já wa sí tàn mọ́ o ọ̀pá dé omi tuntun rú ẹja tuntun káàbọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ondo SDP ẹ̀sìn funfun gbéra.
Behold the newcomer to your bookshelf. Yes, Money Blueprint, 15 Secrets to Success and 9 Habits to Avoid. This book will enhance your knowledge on investments, entrepreneurship, and how to become rich even with personal salary. Get a copy of Money Blueprint, 15 Secrets to Success and 9 Habits to Avoid at 7,500 Naira only. You can also go online to place an order via www.joelakonde.com or Amazon, Google Books, and any other reputable bookshop worldwide. In Nigeria, send a message to WhatsApp or call this number to place your order. 0704-917-9291. Again, 0704-917-9291. Dr. Joel Akonde, writer and announcer.
ìgbàlódé láti fi ṣe iṣẹ́ omi sílé wọn. ó ṣe water tanks ní lóríṣiríṣi. ẹ̀rọ tó ń pọ́n omi sókè láti inú kànga tàbí borehole. ìyẹn pumping machine. àwọn ilẹ̀kùn onírin. security doors. ó ṣe ohun èlò ìgbàlódé sí ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀. water closet pẹ̀lú oríṣiríṣi àwọ̀ tẹ́ bá fẹ́. ó ṣe balùwẹ̀ ìgbàlódé. ń tú omi sí ni lára yà níwọ̀ntúnwọ̀nsì ni. jacuzzi àti shower rooms. Paul Chris ní kẹ́ máa lọ o. ilé àwòṣífìlà Paul Chris ìyẹn yellow house. ó kalẹ̀ sí nọ́mbà 26 àti 28 àràkálẹ̀ lákùrẹ́. ẹ bá ti gba nepa wọlé sí àràkálẹ̀. lẹ́yìn tí máa wo yellow house Paul Chris ní nọ́mbà 26 àti 28 láràkálẹ̀ àkúrẹ́. bó ṣe tiles inú ilé àbí ti ara ògiri ni Paul Chris ní kẹ́ yà sí. ojúlówó ni ọjà tiwa. bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni owó ọjà wa kò kán nílé egun ẹ̀yìn. bó ṣe lẹ́yẹ yọlẹ́fẹ́ ni tàbí níkìtì. Paul Chris ní kẹ́ máa lọ o. bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ra ọjà tẹ́ kò lò tán. ẹ dá yòókù padà. Paul Chris àgbà á tún dáwọ́ yín padà fún yín. Paul Chris kò jẹ́ rẹ́ni 5.
On Sunday, 3rd November 2024, time 7 p.m. live on Channels Television. This debate is in partnership with the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and the UK FCDO. Brace up.
Increased by 363% to a record high of $11,578 per metric ton before falling to $7,386 per metric ton in November 2024. Ondo is also a member of the NDD. 7% of Ondo residents are classified as multidimensionally poor. If you are elected governor of Ondo State, what would you do to convert the huge resources of the state into wealth and improve the welfare for the people of the state?
Well, thank you so much, my brother. The indices, you just get it right. This is just internet indices. I can assure you that the poor people in Ondo State are more than this percentage. A state that has no one single industrialization, no single functional company, no anything. What we rely on this state as it is today, at the end of every month, is just collect a salary, go to the ATM. If you were here, maybe sometimes last 2 weeks, just go to Alabaka here, you see people queuing on the line. That is their payday. Nothing. Nothing. So what I would do differently if I'm governor of Ondo State? Yeah, you just said about the potential we have in Ondo State, the cocoa, the oil producing area. This has not really transformed to economic growth of Ondo State. Why? Because governments are not really tapping into what God has given to us. I'm governor, the first thing I would do is to go out.
State. There are Ondo Industrial Park that this administration facilitated, have employed almost 4,000 people of Ondo State origin in that factory, where they produce cassava to ethanol, the largest and first of its kind in Nigeria. The HDF, MDF plywood that are being used for furniture is being produced in that place. We have textile and thread for sewing. It's being manufactured in that place. That is just one of them. In the area of agric and agribusiness, we have a cocoa processing factory that is processing almost 7,000 tons of cocoa every month to convert it to shea butter for.
Actually, Ondo is a powerhouse, leading Nigeria in cocoa production and also excelling in cassava, rubber, and palm oil. The state's fertile soil and favorable climate support high crop yields, making it a key player in both local and international markets. However, food inflation in Ondo State is at a multi-decade high of 37.2%. And this could be indicative of decline in agricultural productivity. What is your plan, should you be elected, Mr. Ajayi, to revitalize agribusiness in Ondo State and make food available to the people?
Well, I thank you that you just put the record straight. Before, let me quickly react to what you said. And you said it. We have a lower glass factory in Ondo State. Before, we have OPC. As a matter of fact, majority of the oil, when I'm governor, I'm going to encourage that facility. As a matter of fact, we will also activate our local airport, deep cargo airport, where we can export some of this agricultural base for our people to have access and have enough money as farmers in Ondo State.
All right, Governor Ayedatua, it's your turn.
Yes, you are right that we have vast resources in Ondo State: cocoa, rubber, timber, tax sand, and all the likes. We are already tapping into these resources, converting them into products that our people are benefiting from as of today. Let me give you an example. About a year ago, the state government cleared land, about 10,000 hectares at Jubere, to encourage our youth to go back to farming, especially cocoa farming.
Let me ask.
Just a minute. You just said about agriculture. And he said,
you have a minute, sir.
Yes, he said prepare land. Can you please, I'm asking him now, how many tractor Ondo State Ministry of Agriculture? No single tractor in this state. So you can't give what? So how do they prepare the land? That's one. Secondly, my brother should not, I'm also a miner. I have a quarry that is working. Ifa Ceramic is dead. He's dead. We know what we are going to do to revive that place. He's been governor for 10 months, if not 11 or 12 months now. What has he done? Promise. A city governor will not say, this is what we have done. We already. It's not our promises. Give me governor of Ondo State, and I will transform this state economically and keep everybody busy. We will not go and hire tractor from Kogi, from Edo.
And be like they are living within a vast and wealthy oil-producing area. In 2 minutes.
Thank you, my brother. I'm from Kiribo, as a local government, and I'm happy that the governor visited my village just few days ago. He drove around that community. He drove around our poor communities, and he saw himself that, yes, this is a decent community to live. I don't want to, I won't say much about where he came from. A place that has no road, no light, no water, nothing whatsoever. And nobody is taking, and he was, as a matter of fact, both of us, you see, the most interesting in this context is that both of us have served at various capacity. He was in NDDC.
I'm from the riverine of Ondo State, where we have oil deposits, crude oil deposits. And don't forget, this is under the exclusive list of the federal government when it comes to exploration. Now, for development of the area, because of the terrain, it is not an easy task. It is not anything Ondo State government alone can do, especially considering the sea incursion that has been there for many, many years. Let me also say here that when he was chairman House Committee on NDDC, the contractor abandoned the project. Today, that project is dead. Under his watch, from that area, that would have solved the problem. A 20 billion naira at the time project called Ugbogoye Road, under his watch. He was talking about me being NDDC for 3 years. He lies a lot.
High-grade mineral resources such as granite, marble, and precious stones. There is evidence of foreign, without having to mention the country where some of these foreigners are coming from. The artisanal miners of these resources, degrading the environment and destroying the previous cocoa plantations. What would you do as a governor, if elected, to manage these problems and ensure the government and people derive maximum benefit? Note that some of the control is in the hands of the federal government. Yes. In 2 minutes, please.
Well, thank you. Before I go to, let me quickly react to what he said about me. I was a member House of Rep, represented Ilaja and Eseldo, and I was lucky when I got there when I was made the chairman's House Committee on Egalita. In the history of Ilaja local government, in the history of NDDC in Ondo State, nobody, and I stand to say this, nobody have achieved 1/4 of what I've achieved when I was chairman House Committee. With that 1 kilometer road, you are talking about RAM progress. Your people are watching, the whole world are watching us the way we are talking about. They knew who is lying between you and I, my brother. So please, get us together, behave like a governor, because it's an opportunity. Behave and do something meaningful and change the life of
Sorry,
people.
Mr. Ajayi, your time is up on that. You just have 1 minute left to answer the substantive question.
Can I please say your question now?
On the artisanal miners who are destroying the formerly popular cocoa plantations, and what would you do to get maximum benefit to the people of the state should you be elected governor? Don't forget that most of the control is from the federal government.
Now, I've said it. When it's part, I have a 7-month agenda.
And what it will allow them to do. And then the areas that have been earmarked for them to operate from. All of these, we establish that. Then they need to sign an MOU with the community so that they can give back to the community. It's not a case that they will just jump on any land anywhere, then drive away the native people. That will not allow to happen. It's a mutually beneficial thing. If there are other minerals under the soil where some farmers are operating, we wait, we talk, we engage the farmers. We give them new locations, and then compensation be paid to them for relocation. All of this we are already doing. It's not something I'm promising. These are already happening in Ondo State. That is why we don't have issues with miners and the locals in Ondo State currently, because we are engaging properly. Thank you.
All right. So I have this.
Their major product is cocoa. So who will know? Our cocoa is one of the best in Africa, in the world, and we'll continue to encourage how to export it.
All right. Governor Ayedatua, just in a minute.
Yes.
What will you do with cocoa? Do you have figures, numbers of what you will do with it? How many jobs can it?
To clear land, because land clearing is one of the major problems of farmers. We did that by clearing about 10 hectares of land in Jugbere to encourage even the younger people, because our farmers are getting older and they are getting tired. We want to encourage younger ones to embrace it. We call it Youth on Ridges. That is the acronym for that particular program, Youth on Ridges. Now, apart from that, the aging trees, we know they are there because after many years, they can't yield the way they used to. We have given hybrid seedlings to our farmers, about 2 million.
Industrial development, just in a minute.
When I'm going to Ondo State, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to establish Ondo State Power Regulatory Agency. First, Ondo State Power Regulatory Agency will work with, it's going to be a system that will have an independent power supply, and we will know what to do about that. With that one, like you mentioned about a community that has non-light for 40 years. I mentioned it here. Ondo South for 15 years, non-light. Even now that they've been able to install light there, if you drive around October in the night, there's no light at all. So this Ondo State Power Regulatory Agencies will work with the community, because you discover that it does not even encourage a small-scale industry. A barber that you need to barb my hair for 2 naira, there's no light. To worsen it now, a liter of petrol.
We have Alagbaka Power Project. We're encouraging private investors to come into the sector. That is the only way we can give maximum power to our people.
All right. We're due for a break. Just for a moment. We will conclude on the issue of the economy, because it's also very important, just as security. And debt profile and issues relating to all of that will get our attention. We'll be right back after this break, everyone. Join us again.
Ondo State, brace up. We bring you the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 with some of the leading candidates on one stage, debating the issues that matter. It's about plans, performance and possibilities. The voters will be the judge. If they want the vote, they should tell the people how they would govern. Watch the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 on Sunday, 3rd November 2024, time 7 p.m, live on Channels Television. This debate is in partnership with the Nigeria Civil Society Situation. Ondo State, brace up. We bring you the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024.
Safety is paramount for any thriving society. The Ayedatiwa administration has implemented and foster an environment where citizens can live and work without fear.
Glory of God for the good of humanity through security services that have been provided by the security agencies to our people. And hereby do the official presentation of these 25 numbers of high-grade Hilux vehicles to our security agencies, to the glory of God, in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Nigeria lies Ondo State, a region in the western part of the country that is blessed with amazing people, rich cultural heritage, and enormous potentials. Also known as the Sunshine State, Ondo State was created on the 3rd of February 1976, and since then 19 people have served as governor, 12 military governors and 7 civilian governors. The 7th and current governor is Lucky Orimison Ayedatiwa. He was sworn in on the 27th of December 2023. Lucky Ayedatiwa's leadership is not merely a continuation of a legacy, but a fresh commitment to the people of Ondo State. Apparently, Lucky is a leader who fate has brought to guide his people towards a brighter future. Healthcare is a fundamental right. The administration of Governor Ayedatiwa is doing by all, no matter the status. He has made significant investments in health infrastructure and programs, ensuring that citizens across all sectors have access to affordable, quality medical care.
righteous rule, the people rejoice. There will be peace, both young and old will be filled with joy. Our dear Governor, Honorable Lucky Orimisoayi Datua, your administration since inception has been peaceful and overwhelming. Your display of enormous capacity since you became the governor of our dear Sunshine State has shown that you will take the state to an enviable height. Most especially for workers of the state, you've taken their welfare as priority. The promotion of workers come as and when due. Pensioners are paid their pensions, payments of wage awards, training and retrainings of workers. We appreciate your love for us at all times. Keep moving on, our dear Governor, Honorable Lucky Orimisoayi Datua, with the good works you are doing in the state. The Lord will continue to strengthen you and grant you wisdom to do more. Ondo State workers are lucky. Ondo State is lucky. Odatua Odirono.
Governor Ayedatua's emergence came during a crucial time, a time when the people really needed a listening and compassionate leader. Indeed, in actions, he has shown that his people, from his first day in office, Governor Ayedatua has demonstrated unwavering commitment to the development of Ondo State and the needs of its people. His focus on workers' welfare, education, healthcare, infrastructure, security, agriculture, amongst others, reflects a leader truly in touch with the needs of his people.
Do you know that peace cannot be achieved through violence? It can only be attained through understanding. Undoubtedly, there is a need to generate a culture of peace and conflict-free environment, particularly among processes. So, as youth, let's stay away from what will disrupt the baseline of safety, making it difficult for the entire communities to sustain a sense of stability, which can also cause mass destruction of cities and have long-lasting effects on a country's economy. Let's do what we have to do to make our states grow and become the envy of all. Do not involve in anything. Make the state a better place to live in. Treat people around you with love, kindness, regardless of race, gender, orientation, religion, and all. Don't engage in violence of any kind. Let us embrace the beauty of every culture and faith to create peace in our world. This message is brought to you by OSRC Television.
It's that time again when the people of Ondo State will be going to the polls to decide who would govern them for the next 4 years. Oh yes, campaign activities are in top gear towards canvassing votes from the electorate. This is a call to all politicians, political parties, support groups and other stakeholders to come take advantage of our platform on Osrc Television to share your manifestos and visions for the people of the Sunshine State. Osrc Television offers you a variety of programming and advert belts where you can advertise and showcase your party's plans and intentions for the people. This is where you will enjoy vast audience appeal for your campaign's coverage and votation, where everyone is welcome.
Ondo State, brace up. We bring you the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 with some of the leading candidates on one stage, debating the issues that matter. It's about...
Then we go to Governor former Deputy Governor Ajayi. In the past decade, Ondo State's debt profile has ballooned by about 398% to a record high of about 144 billion at the end of 2023. The state government recently announced a minimum wage hike of 73,000 naira. The state government has also elected local government chairmen, putting an end to the era of state-local government joint account. If you win the forthcoming governorship election, what would you do to reduce the debt level with narrowing fiscal space What is your plan to ensure that you run the state without new borrowings?
Thank you, Sheol. Let me quickly say this here, that currently, within the 10 months of my assumption of office, if you check the statistics, Ondo State is the second least of states with high debt profile. Since I came on board, we have not borrowed, and we don't have the need to borrow for now. Now, that is that. And don't forget also, since removal of subsidy, the state governments are earning more from the proceed that is being distributed through the allocation. Now, at the period when that was done, to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal, wage awards were given to workers and other palliatives that were given to the citizens to alleviate or to reduce the hardship. Now, for the minimum wage, it's a law, it's a negotiation between the federal government and the labor leaders and the private sector. And we just have to implement it. Even though the baseline was 70,000, but we can afford 73,000 for our workers. And that is what we have done. So, and if we are to continue in that, we need to grow our IGR. And yes, you mentioned about joint allocation account. Now that local government need to have their money directly from the federation account because of the autonomy. Before now, we don't even touch local government money. We only receive based on the constitutional provision of joint allocations account. We don't touch their money. The money comes in
those states. It's in public domain, 144 billion naira. That's nothing bad. If government owing for development, nothing bad about that. But again, and I'm happy that the governor also said that since he came on board, he must have assessed nothing less than 132 billion naira. Let the governor just point out that this is what I've commissioned. Yes, he has moved around the entire local government now, including his own local government. This is what I've commissioned with this amount. Where is the money? But let me come to local government administration. My brother, I cannot run an illegal government. I was a former council chairman. I know the meaning of local government administration. When I was council chairman, I constructed roads worth 500 million as of 2006-07. So for them, if I'm council, if I'm governor of Ondo State, I am
gratuity have been paid. The backlog they have owed many years back. This year alone, within these 10 months, I have paid over 6 billion naira for gratuity to defray all the arrears that the previous administration were owing the workers. Leave bonuses have been paid for these years. The arrears of salary that successive government were owing, I have paid. We are not owing our workers, and they're enjoying their promotions regularly.
Your time is up. Okay, you have a minute to that.
Yes, thank you. But I'm surprised that Gololagi will say that I don't know what's of praise. As a matter of fact, I have more experience when it comes to administration more than him. I was a local government chairman. I started at grassroots. From there, I was a member of rep. I became a deputy governor. As a matter of fact, I was also acted as the governor of the state before. So
they want to do, we cannot stop them. We can only negotiate with them. Just like the issue of minimum wage, that the federal government has to go into negotiation with the labor and the organized private sector before they arrive at the minimum wage. The same approach we are going to employ to engage the federal government through our forum, Nigeria Governors Forum, that is already happening. So we will look at all of that. We will not bring up, we will not allow, and I know the federal government will not just a reform tax that will be so burdensome on the people. We have to look at the figures, we have to look at all the parameters before arriving at a particular figure. And that is my position. There's nothing wrong in reforms, especially when it's not going to affect the people in a very, very bad way. We will look at it. The other
thing to shave my head, you need my attention, is a federated unit. Government cannot just come and impose taxes on all those women that are selling biscuits here and there, calling it a tax reform. No, it's not going to be possible. And they have said it. The governors have taken their position, and I'm sure it's a constitutional matter. You can't invade into anybody's right and say that you want to impose it at the appropriate time. Even the government, yes, and I've said it when there was a day I addressed press in Lagos, in Abuja, And I said, I have a lot of respect for President Bola Tinubu, but he should please review his policies to make the masses breathe.
How would you raise revenue without having to raise taxes?
But let me tell you, I'm going to ask, maybe you ask him, because he's the state governor, what is the amount of money Ondo State is generating as IGR every month? And I will tell you, I'm not going to say it now, but when you say it, I'm going to also tell him that it's a lie. We don't generate that. The first thing we need to do, sir, the first thing we need to do is to, you can't just say because
infrastructure plus investment and security, providing enabling environment that will make investors to come to your state to create investment that will create jobs for the people. That can only come from earnings of the people. It is not the roads, except you want to begin to toll the road, which the people will definitely resist.
All right, let's go to education. Very critical. And I will begin with you, Governor Ayedatiwa. Ondo State is ranked 13th on WAEC performance. In 2021, a budget report shows that one state like Ogun spends about 6,300 naira per student. Ondo State spends only 365 naira per student.
So that they can go to school without stress. We also pay for their WAEC fees, so that we remove the burden from the parents. We pay their WAEC fees. These are some of the things we are doing at the secondary school level. If we talk about the primary school level, because the foundation also have to be right. If you get them right, if you catch them young at the primary school level, then they will be doing better even up to secondary school level. It's not just only the secondary school we are dealing with. Even at the primary school level, we are renovating our school, hiring teachers, and then providing an enabling environment for them, training their teachers, encouraging them, giving the teachers their housing allowance, loan for cars, make them comfortable, motivate them to do better so that they can, take care of the students.
When I'm governor, because God gave us privileged position, but not the best. When I'm governor, primary school and secondary school in those states will be free of charge.
All right. So there are a lot of issues tied to the local living of the people, and that's why there are a lot of people who thought that the Supreme Court judgment on local government is very critical to the vast majority of our people, especially Ondo people. Financial independence for local government. But if you look at the elections in local government, a lot of civil society, members of the civil society have criticized the manner in which local government elections have been conducted. Governor Ayedatiwa, let me begin with you. In the manner in which these elections are being conducted, and knowing full well that
elections are not free and fair. As far as I know, the last election we had for our own local government election, conducted by ODEC here in Ondo State, about 3 years ago, it was a free, fair, and credible election. I don't know what happens in other areas, but for us in Ondo State, we are people of integrity. We conduct free, fair, and credible election. And I know that the one we are going to conduct come January 18, 2025 will not be different. It's going to be a free, fair, and credible election. So the opinion of people can be different concerning election all over the world. People will say one election is free, another people will say it's not free. So which one do you want to believe? Let's follow the law and stay by the law. Until that is amended, we stick to state electoral body. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ajayi, your time.
Well, like I said, on his own, the following morning, he said he also established, which is I'm a civilized man. I can't do that. We will review it and look at how best. And I said, I am criminal erosion of fortune.
All right, we're due for a break, gentlemen. But when we come back, we will be on the home stretch, and this will give us an opportunity for closing statement and some questions on the fitness of office of the gentleman on the podium. We'll be right back, everyone. Join us again.
Ondo State, brace up. We bring you the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 with some of the leading candidates on one stage, debating the issues that matter. It's about plans, performance, and possibilities. responsibilities. The voters will be the judge. If they want the vote, they should tell the people how they would govern. Watch the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 on Sunday, 3rd November 2024. Time 7 p.m. live on Channels Television. This debate is in partnership with the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and the UK FCDO.
Seti eju bàjá o. Èràbé má bàjá o, má bà bínú. Ọ̀nà lọ́rọ̀ ọba tí ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ eju bàjá o. Ọ̀nà lọ́rọ̀ ọba tí seti eju bàjá o.
Do you know that peace cannot be achieved through violence? It can only be attained through understanding. Undoubtedly, there is a need to generate a culture of peace and conflict-free environment, particularly among youth, because we are key agents of peace building and have roles to play in peace processes. So, as youth, let's stay away from what will disrupt the baseline of safety, making it difficult for the entire communities to sustain a sense of stability, which can also cause mass destruction of cities and have long-lasting effects on a country's economy. Let's do what we have to do to make our states grow and become the envy of all. Do not involve in anything that can bring disorder to you with love, kindness, regardless of race, gender, orientation, religion, and all. Don't engage in violence of any kind. Let us embrace the beauty of every culture and faith to create peace in our world. This message is brought to you by OSRC Television.
It's that time again when the people of Ondo State will be going to the polls to decide who would govern them for the next 4 years. Oh yes, campaign activities are in top gear towards canvassing votes from the electorate. This is a call to all politicians, political parties, support groups and other stakeholders to come take advantage of our platform on Osrc Television to share your manifestos and visions for the people of the Sunshine State. OSRC Television offers you a variety of programming and advert belts where you can advertise and showcase your party's plans and intentions for the people. This is where you enjoy vast audience appeal for your campaign's coverage and visual clarity to help you connect emotionally with the people. OSR Government, they say, is a continuum. Here in Ondo State, our amiable governor, Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, has proven this to be true. Since Governor Ayedatiwa came on board as governor of the Sunshine State, development strides have continued unabated. The Deep Seaport project is still in progress, which will open vast opportunities for the people of the state, economically and in every way. Ayetoro Seaport incursion recovery is ongoing to make life bearable for the people. Provision of jetties to aid transportation on sea, return of school shuttle buses, and provision of more buses for students and pupils alike, especially in this trying economic hardship, is a welcome development. Provision of standard health facilities, recruitment of more health professionals and teachers across all 18 local government areas of the state, just to mention a few. Let's join hands with Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa as he continues to lead and harness all resources towards good governance and sustainable development of the Sunshine State. Odatiwa Odiron.
Ondo State, brace up. We'll bring you the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 with some of the leading candidates on one stage, debating the issues that matter. It's about plans, performance and possibilities. The voters will be the judge. If they want the vote, they should tell the people how they would govern. Watch the Ondo State Governorship Debates 2024 on Sunday, 3rd November 2024. Time 7 p.m. live on Channels Television. This debate is in partnership with the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and the UK FCDO.
know that peace cannot be achieved through violence? It can only be attained through understanding. Undoubtedly, there is a need to generate a culture of peace building and have roles to play in peace processes. So, as youth, let's stay away from what will disrupt the baseline of safety, making it difficult for the entire communities to sustain a sense of stability, which can also cause mass destruction of cities and have long-lasting effects on a country's economy. Let's do what we have to do to make our states grow and become the envy of all. Do not involve in anything that can bring disorderliness and violence in a society. Seek peace always to make the state a better place to live in. Treat people around you with love, kindness, regardless of race, gender, orientation, religion, and all. Don't engage in violence of any kind. Let us embrace the beauty of every culture and faith to create peace in our world. This message is brought to you by OSRC Television.
It's that time again when the people of Ondo State will be going to the polls to decide who would govern them for the next 4 years. Oh yes, campaign activities are in top gear towards canvassing votes from the electorate. This is a call to all politicians, political parties, support groups and other stakeholders to come take advantage of our platform on Osrc Television to share your manifestos and visions for the people of the Sunshine State. Osrc Television offers you a variety of programming and advert belts where you can advertise and showcase your party's plans and intentions for the people. This is where you enjoy vast audience appeal for your campaign's coverage and visual clarity to help you connect emotionally with the people. OSRC Television, the nation's star station where everyone is welcome.
Those are legitimate weapons in politics. I've contested several elections in Nigeria. I want to tell you, I'm qualified to be governor of Ondo State. One, and let me tell you, I didn't say that I go to school in Liverpool or when I went to school in London and America. I went to school in Nigeria. Nigeria Law School is there. Federal University is there. Community High School Kribo is there. Primary School is there. So these are facts you can cross-check. Anybody can fabricate whatever they like. The masses know whom they're going to vote for. That's about that. Except you still want to ask another question.
All right. Governor, I hear that you seem to have similar problems because there are those who have come out to say the certificates that you have claimed tonight that you have a minute.
Let me first of all talk about his. Somebody who has about 3 different dates of birth on a secondary school certificate needs to be checked properly. That is on his side. Where you doing affidavit changing your birth the day you were born. 3 different certificates, 3 different dates of birth. Now doing affidavit to correct it. Now let me talk about my own. My secondary school certificate. Because it's in my profile, it is that I finished at Ikosi High School K2 in 1982. The first.
Thank you for our late boss. I don't like to discuss anything about it. We should allow the man to rest. That's one. For me, contested, I was a deputy governor in APC. It's a constitutional matter. It's a at a time. You can't continue to die in silence. You choose to exercise your right and decide what I've done. Now come to the PDP leaders. All of us are here. We are one, working together. This is the first time in the history of Ondo State PDP that election was conducted, no single petition. And I can assure you, we are going to win the election. We are working together as a body.
All right. Governor, I hear that you
brilliantly, and that is why we are performing as a sitting governor today.
So I guess maybe a follow-up on that is, just a moment, sir, it's whether or not the state can afford in such a very crunch financial time to have over 300.
Who say? Have been paying their salaries.
The cost of governance, what about that?
Well, it's governance. Once we can afford it, we do, because we need them to serve. Okay. And they are serving.
Let me come to you, Mr. Agwalajai.
Well, let me quickly react to what he said about PDP.
Okay, would you like me to pose the question so that you can take it?
Okay, go ahead. No, excuse me. Just let me react to what he said.
All right, you have a minute for that.
PDP, there's no more PDP again. For the first time in the history of this state, and when the pendulum is shifting, you know where the thing is going. You see people, leaders from a
long time in the process of our elections.
Yes,
1 minute.
let me clearly explain that. I may take more than 1 minute. If
you have 1 minute.
If you really want to get that minute.
You have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you.
So
now,
please go ahead, sir.
The reason why we said they should remove that wreck, Babalola, Tony, is that the woman was born and bred. Not that the old Ondo State, the wreck was born in Ondo State. Her parents still live in Ondo State now. This is Igbara, this is Igbara Odo. When they created the state, Igbara Odo is the boundary community between Ondo and Ekiti. Ondo and Ekiti. Now, if first in Igbara Odo, she has never one day slept in that Igbara Odo. She was born and bred up in Ondo State. Her parents lived there. Let her come out and said she has slept one day in Igbara Odo. So how else do you want us to express that? So she can never be.
Because we are totally out of time. No, sir. Just for a moment. We are totally out of time, sir. You have a minute each for your closing argument. And that 1 minute, I would like you to be able to boldly say, if you choose to, that the people of the state should go out, vote, and not be violent in their conduct. You have 1 minute to do that, and I will begin with you, Mr. Ajayi. 1 minute start now.
Well, we are very, very peaceful, loving party. We canvass issues. We have teared our poster, did everything. What we quickly say that, yes, allow the masses to determine who will govern them. We don't want to repeat 1983 episode in Ondo State again. Allow the people to decide who will be their governor. Don't say you want to go and ring an election. If Ajahn it was a free and fair and he won, why not have shaking Commissioner Lamy? So the people should be allowed to choose who should lead them in this next election.
All right.
And let me tell you, sir, we will do everything to resist
any manipulation.